All right. We are live. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Did I change this? It saved what I had before? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, we're live. Oh, let me open the game. We're live, and today we are going to be doing. Let me just check my audio on the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we are going to be finishing up this build. I actually was streaming just a second ago. I did an entire layer on stream, but I'm an idiot, and my mic wasn't on the whole time. I was talking so much too. I literally was saying so much stuff. I was talking about controversial stuff. I was talking about like real world stuff. I was talking about Call of Duty Zombies. I was talking about so much stuff. Literally nonstop talking for the entire layer, and it was all not recorded because my mic wasn't on. Such an idiot, such an idiot. But we're gonna get back to it. Let's resume the recording here. And we are on a new layer, so let's get started. I actually did a couple layers off stream, other than the one layer I just did, but did a few layers off stream last night because, well, I wanted to get this done a little bit faster today because we are actually getting pretty close. I believe we have this layer, and then the next layer will be different stuff. You know, it's going to actually be the lights. Then we got one more layer of glass, and then after that, it's just going to be pretty simple because there's just a big giant dome on top. So yeah, we're actually going to get pretty close to being done. We definitely will finish this build today. Oops. But yeah, let's do that. So let's get some blocks of quartz and smooth. Smooth. Is that enough? Yep. And then stem as well. Is that enough? Nope. That should be enough. Oh, no. Actually needed that 17. Oh, actually needed more than that. Needed 32 more. Oh, actually needed a full stack. Okay, there we go. I should have realized that from that. All right, yeah, we're good. Let's go ahead and do this. Make sure this is on. You know, I might end up removing this powdered snow, just because, I don't know, it isn't really necessary anymore because I, hello? Oh, I guess I was one off. Oh, it came back. Isn't really necessary anymore because of the fact that, what is happening? Okay, whatever. All right, there we go. What was I saying? Yeah, it isn't really necessary anymore to have that powdered snow because I just removed the center, and so now it's just open center anyway. So what I might end up doing, I don't know. I might just remove the powdered snow, and just leave it open. I thought about maybe filling it in with glass, and then, like I said last stream, just changing the entrance to being like on top, or something like that. But honestly, I like being able to go from below because, like, especially with just flying in with the rockets, like, it's a lot easier to come from below. You know, obviously, my base is down there, so that's probably what I'll do. Is just keep it how it is for now. To be honest, I honestly probably won't even remove the powdered snow because it is just on the outside, and I don't know. It does kind of add like a little bit of an element of like, because like my reference image that I used to design the spiral, the galaxy spiral, like it showed the center of the galaxy just being like emptiness because the way that everything folds in on itself or whatever. It just like the center is emptiness. And I think that can be resembled both with just having no blocks there or with having white blocks there. I kind of feel like it's both in a way. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out. Honestly, I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of design changes as time goes on with this build, or like at least adding stuff to it. And maybe as I add stuff, I'll change design, color, or blocks and stuff. But nonetheless, we'll leave it how it is for now. I did, of course, remove the snow at the bottom, and also I'm gonna not put it at the top so that I can actively have the beacon going through the center. And then also, I don't know, it is kind of a little bit more convenient because, to be honest, the powdered snow slows your fall, and it doesn't slow your ascent because usually the rocket just passes through it, but it does slow your fall, and I feel like I just want to drop down and not. I don't need it to be slow. I mean, I can press space like as soon as I fall through the layer or whatever. All right, we got ourselves all of the quartz. That was weird. Oh, one stem extra. Okay, now we'll go ahead and get our glass, and we're gonna start with white glass. Yeah, so I did this just now. I did a layer like this, but like I said, my stream was all bugged, so I just ended stream and restarted, and I just deleted that VOD because, like I said, my mic wasn't on the whole time, so it would have just been literally a stream of me placing an entire layer. That's all it was, which I feel like it's not at all anything. Which it was literally this right here. Me spamming, and I started with white last time as well, so it's literally the same thing that you're about to see. Except I'm going to talk about different stuff probably, because to be honest, I talked about some controversial stuff. And in hindsight, I don't know that I should really be saying that stuff. Because as much as it is my opinion, I don't know that it's something that really fits with, Minecraft content. So I think I'll hold off on saying that. Maybe down the line as I become more of a streamer of sorts. I will mention what I mentioned about my career, my YouTube career and everything, because I think it's something that I think people would be interested in. Basically, my career path that I've chosen for YouTube is to actively, obviously, like everyone, grow my YouTube and make money from it, right? Only because I have to. I don't really like money at all. I wish money didn't exist. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Well, actually, a lot of people don't feel that way, but a lot of people do at the same time. The world's very large. But, I feel like it's ridiculous that we have to make money, but at the same time, we do have to make money, and this is America. So, yeah, I do want to make money from this at some point in my life, because it is super awesome it's fun to do, and it's like it would be such an amazing job. And as much as it would still be a lot of hard work, because I mean, I put a lot of work into these videos, a lot of hours, a lot of time, and energy, but to be able to make money from it would be awesome. That is obviously the goal, but beyond that, beyond making money, obviously, that's just the first step. I want to actually make content that is going to actually help people and maybe even save lives. I know that sounds really corny, but it's true. I mean, I really do want to help people as much as I can, and I think if I am able to make enough money where I have a disposable income from this, that I could use that money to help people. And beyond just throwing money at people, I could actually make videos that are helpful towards people, whether it's informative or whether it's actually raising awareness or raising even money, like I said, or even something beyond that, like actually making a video where I'm actually going out into the community or something like that, and then actually helping people. I want to help people. I think I have the skills and the ability to, and I feel like that kind of gives me the responsibility to do it. Like Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm a white man in America, and I know that privilege holds a lot of power, and power that I could play on, because I am a smart person and I am a creative person, and so I feel like I should actively pursue all of these passions that I have so that I can help people, because as corny as it sounds, I want to help people as much as I can. That is more of my passion than even making YouTube videos, because to be honest, I'm a type of person that I get joy from helping others, and that's something that a lot of people don't have. And I know that that's such an amazing thing to have, because I don't even have to help myself. I can just help others, and then I'll feel good about myself, and I'll feel like I have helped myself, because I don't really need much, if I'm being honest. I'm the type of guy who I could live with nothing. I could live with nothing or everything. I mean, it's I literally, any situation that happens in my life, I feel like I can deal with it and do it and live with it. Even if a zombie apocalypse happened. Honestly, a zombie apocalypse wouldn't be the worst thing in my mind. But, I mean, I don't want people to die, of course. But at the same time, people do die. They die all the time. And it's very sad. Very, very sad. And we're not going to talk about that, because we're playing Minecraft, and this is good upbeat vibes. Upbeat vibes, good vibes. Placing blocks aimlessly, talking about nonsense. Good vibes. Good vibes. Let's change up the topic a bit. Any chatters? We do have a viewer. You want to say a chat? I don't know who the viewer is because it doesn't let me see that, but it just says there's someone in here. Actually, yeah, it says there's someone in here. So how's your day going, my dude? Um, it's probably just my brother, but we'll see. There is a 20-second delay, so you might only just now see this part of the footage. Which honestly, I don't know how to remove that 20-second delay. I actually think it is a YouTube thing. I tried to figure out how to remove that if I could not have a delay, but I think it's just a YouTube thing. It just forces the delay for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's... Oh, they left. Maybe it's because I'm not like affiliated, or not affiliated, but like partnered or whatever. I don't know what the YouTube equivalent of being partnered is, but anyway. I don't even know if that's actually even a thing on YouTube. Like a lot of people on YouTube, especially with streamers, especially streamers that are like from Twitch going over to YouTube. I feel like it's always just contracts that they get that allows them to like make enough money from streaming on YouTube. Like I really feel like streaming on YouTube maybe isn't the right choice. I should be streaming on Twitch. I mean, honestly, I should be streaming on both. I think the only reason I'm not streaming on Twitch right now is because I just don't know Twitch, and I just like I don't know, I kind of don't trust Twitch all that much, if I'm being honest. Which I probably shouldn't trust YouTube either, to be honest, because let's be real, they don't care about me. They just want my money. They just want my viewership potential. But anyway, let me put this food away so I can grab a white glass because I saw that there was one missing somewhere. All right, pinky pink. I wonder if that viewer that was in here actually had left before even seeing that I was trying to talk to them. I don't know. What to talk about while I place blocks? You know what? I guess I'll talk about what it is that I want to do after after we finish this build. So I want to add a storage system into this build. Now, I haven't decided whether I'm going to make it myself or if I'm just going to steal from someone else. If I do steal from someone else, it's most definitely going to be probably like Il Mango or something. I think Il Mango's... I think they made a design that was for every single item, which I don't think I want that, to be honest. I mean, it would be kind of nice to have every item in one storage system. And this might be big enough to fit it. I mean, it is a pretty big platform. But at the same time, I don't really want to ruin the look of it too much. Like, I think I want to maybe keep it a bit smaller so that it doesn't ruin the look of, like, this, you know? Because this next layer that we're going to do after this one is lights. A bunch of light blocks. Which, you know, makes it so you actually can't see through the glass anymore. From up top or below, because you just see the lights instead. But it definitely makes it look really cool, especially from below. But not being able to see the same effect on top because it would be all blocked by stuff. You know, I want to try to avoid that, but we'll see. Honestly, the biggest thing is that I do want to make sure. Is this white? Oh, this is pink. Whoa, why is this? Wait, what? Oh, that's the white. I'm tripping. I was confused. I started placing pink right there. Wait, what? Oh, good. Where is the... Oh, it's right here. I really think I need to change the colors for this Litematica. Just because I feel like sometimes it's really hard to see. Change the color for the actual, like, highlighted Litematica blocks. Oh, I guess I didn't really finish what I was talking about um, with the storage system. So yeah, like I said, either gonna copy Ilmango or someone, or just make it myself. But I probably will do that in creative, just because storage systems are something that is just like it needs to be properly planned out. What I realized doing the storage system in my end ship is that because I had just built the end ship without any intention of like specific shape for the storage system, I ended up having to fit the storage system around the shape of the ship, and I just didn't have enough space. Honestly, I didn't have enough space to do everything I wanted. I honestly wanted it to be a storage system of like nearly every block at least, which I didn't even get there. I didn't even get every block in the storage system, let alone any other resources other than blocks. Which is why I was thinking this one over here would just be all of those resources that I didn't have, and maybe some extra blocks that I didn't have in there, and it would just be like combining the two would be every single block. But at the same time, I could just have it all in one location and not at all have to worry about that end storage system, and maybe just use that one for when I'm doing the Transform in the End series and actively in the end all the time, and that way I can just store stuff in there. And it doesn't hurt to have two storage systems at all. I mean, it's already built. It's not like I could break it all and like reuse the materials, but I'm definitely not gonna do that. Definitely just gonna leave it. But yeah, we'll see if maybe down the line I want to make actually, kind of think of it, I did have the idea to make a giant rainbow bridge coming out of this ship, hopefully heading that direction to the actual end portal, which, to be fair, I actually probably could do any end portal. So if I want to go that direction, for sure, I just need to find one that's in that direction. It might just end up being further than the one that I normally use. Actually, come to think of it, this is negative. I wonder, there actually is an end portal that way. I think my my mob switch is actually that direction. Is that the direction I want though? I can't remember. I remember there was like a supposed front because it was a little bit wider. Yeah, I think it is that direction. Yeah. So hopefully I can send it that way. I feel like, let's see. If I'm not mistaken, I actually think there is one that way. The silverfish one is that way. I mean the mob switch that I have, which I turned on last stream and also turned on earlier this or not this stream, but the stream that I accidentally messed up on. But yeah, having that mob switch is actually so insane because like there would be so many mobs spawning on me right now up here. I almost got blown up by a creeper earlier, so definitely. Yeah. Is that all the pink? Yep. Wow, we are getting really close. We are really close. Next up is red, right? Oh no, black. Oh, we're on our last. I actually think we don't have enough black. It kind of feels like we don't have enough. Yeah. Wait, what? We totally. Oh, we got two more right here. Yeah, I don't know. To come to think of it, like, we might have to get a little bit more black glass. I could have swore we had enough, but it's gonna be another 227 or another layer of this, which is 35, basically 36 stacks. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, we do have enough. Just enough. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I did calculate to have just enough. All right, let's do the black. I think this replay is going to look really good, to be honest. I think the beginning's going to be a little bit choppy because, like I mentioned, I did accidentally start to record or unpause the recording on the second layer, at the beginning of the second layer. Which, I mean, I'm sure that it won't be a big deal. I mean, it's just gonna, like, blocks will pop up in a frame. Honestly, I might be able to work the camera around so that you don't see it pop up, but, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I always figure it out, no matter what. Just figure out the solution to my problems. The problems that I often create myself. They do say you are the person that holds yourself back the most, which also means you create the most problems for yourself. And that's what I do in my life all the time. Which is sad. I shouldn't do that. But hey, at least we got Minecraft to distract us and make us feel better. Excited to be done with this build soon. I stayed up till 2 a.m. last night building layers, and I think I did like 4 or 5 layers. Not quite sure. Which honestly, it's crazy because I actually stayed up over 24 hours a couple nights ago gathering all these materials. I was gonna do it on stream initially, but I just knew that a lot of it was just gonna be like AFKing, and so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it at night. And then it took so freaking long that I ended up just never going to sleep, and then still wasn't done actually. Still wasn't done after that. I ended up finishing getting all the materials yesterday, just before stream. That's when I finally got the remaining shroom lights. That's what I needed. Which the main reason that it ended up taking that long to get those materials wasn't the glass at all. The glass was actually the easiest part. The hardest part was getting the mushroom stems. I think I mentioned this last stream, but yeah, I just manually mined mushroom stems, so it took forever. Getting the skulk, actually getting skulk wasn't that hard. It took a bit of time, but it wasn't that hard. I just need to go to a deep dark. But then the hardest thing for some reason was shroom lights, and it was because my shroom light farm, as fast as it wasn't automatic. It was like half manual. I had to like get the fungus. Like I had a little farm that auto-produced the fungus, but I would pick it up and then manually put it in the chest and stuff like that. And basically, you know, it was just kind of slow. So I ended up adding a fully automatic system, which took a bit to build. It took several hours to build, and I ended up not being able to finish it the same day. As I was gathering other materials. But that's why, you know, the next day I just finished up the farm, ran it, and got enough shroom lights, and then we were able to start streaming. Which is why I ended up streaming a bit late yesterday. I think it was like 2:30 when I started. What time is it right now? Oh, it's only 1:18. Yeah, we're most definitely gonna be able to have time to finish this build today, which is good. Because that was the goal. I didn't want to do more than 2 parts. That would be a lot of mindless building. Mindless streams, I should say. It's always mindless building with Litematica builds. Which, I mean, you know, a lot of people, at least in my personal life, have asked me, like, why I do builds like this, why I design stuff in creative and stuff like that. Like, why not just, you know, do it in survival? And I do like building in survival. I mean, my last video I posted was literally just me building survival. I didn't do any creative building. But I just find that for these bigger builds, it's just so much easier to design in creative, and also building with Litematica is just so much faster. So I want to do that. You know, I want to save time, because at the end of the day, time is very limited, and I want to be able to get these videos out as fast as possible. And you know, if it takes me forever to just build something, then it's also going to take me forever to edit and all that. And so then it's like, it's just, you know, what am I going to post a video once a month? Which at this point I kind of do post at that rate. Been trying to post more and more. Just been trying to grind as quickly as I can. I recently got laid off, as you might call it. It was actually an extremely illegal situation. I was laid off for literally trying to improve my working conditions. Actively signed a petition with everyone in our office, and actively the office was just shut down immediately the same day as the petition was read. I was actually the person who read the petition out too, and so they probably saw me as like some organizer or something, even though it was a collective effort. But yeah, they shut down the whole office, and and about 25 people lost their jobs, and it was actually ridiculous. The good news being that we're gonna sue the we're gonna sue the sue crap. I could say that we're gonna sue the shit out of them. I won't mention their name because I don't at all want to hinder the lawsuit in any way, but we are suing that company that fired us illegally, and I think we will win because it was pretty blatant illegally firing. Um, but it's just, it's one of those things where it's bureaucratic bullshit and it's going to take forever to get through and actually do all the process. But I am confident we'll win, which is good. I feel like I said, it was like so blatantly illegal that I think they're relying on just us not doing anything about it and them getting away with it because of that. But we're gonna hold them accountable. I mean, we got plans. We're gonna do social media campaigns. We're gonna do government things like ULPs and all that stuff. And we have a professional representative that we're talking to and trying to get everything organized. And a lot of people within our group of people that were fired and stuff have experience with this kind of stuff, and so they're making the process a lot easier for me, at least. I don't have to do much. Like I said, I was the one who read out the petition. I also, the day before, was the one who was actively driving around to everyone's house so that we can get it all signed. And I honestly, I kind of feel responsible in some ways. I know that that's what they want me to feel, and they want me to feel shitty, and I shouldn't feel that way. But I do kind of feel responsible for getting everyone fired, because I did really pressure for this petition to happen like right away. Like, I was actively the one who was like, yes, I'm going to drive around and get people to sign so this can be done right now. This can be done today, and we can read it tomorrow. And the reason was because they were changing our policies rapidly, and also so I was a canvasser for a company, and I was canvassing specifically for nonprofit organizations, specifically the ACLU, which if you haven't heard of the ACLU, they do great work for human rights. They've been around 105 years. It's some awesome stuff. But that's why I want to canvass for that company, or for that organization, because they are a great organization, and then they, in my opinion, are like one of the best organizations to be canvassing for right now in today's age. And they were going to drop it. They were going to pull this off, and they were going to change the campaign. And don't get me wrong, any campaign we're doing is going to be beneficial because it's a nonprofit organization, and for the most part, every nonprofit organization is pretty good and will actively help people out. But I wanted to continue to canvass for the ACLU, and a lot of people in the office did. Not just because the ACLU is super important and crucial right now, but also because it's just an easier campaign to do. It's got more name recognizability and all that. And at the end of the day, our jobs are dependent on whether we're pulling in donors or not. And so if we're on a campaign that's hard to do, it's just going to be harder to do our jobs, and we might lose our job. And so that was, a part of the, among a lot of other just shitty workplace things that they would do to us. And the management there just clearly didn't care about us at all, and that's why we were just trying to improve our workplace. But they saw it as we were unionizing, I guess, and immediately just were like, well, we're not going to deal with that, so we're going to shut down this office and not at all let anyone like be compensated or anything like that. Just completely shut it down and say that the reason it's shutting down is because of performance issues within the office, which is so bullshit, because we literally were the top performing office multiple months in a row. Like, it's just ridiculous that they could even say that to us, that we weren't performing well enough, and that was the reason they were shutting us down. It's like, we know you were shutting us down because we just read out this petition, and we're trying to improve our workplace conditions, and you said, oh, you guys are becoming too much of a collective, and we're scared you're going to unionize or something, so let's just immediately shut down the office and fire all these people and not at all adhere to anything that the letter said. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And they have the money to do it, so they did, and it's unfortunate. The good news is that there actually is another company who does canvassing, and ironically enough is a subsidiary of that company that I worked for. Like I said, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to hurt any chances of anything. I don't know. I don't really know how any of the legal stuff works, so I'm just going to avoid saying the name. But basically, there's a subsidiary contracting company, or subcontract company for the company that I used to work for, that I actually applied for yesterday. And a lot of people that got fired alongside with me have gone over there. And it's literally the same thing. It's like literally the same thing, basically, except that the management is actually good and actually cares about you. And also, like, you know, it is a subcontracted company, so it's not the same company technically. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to do that so I can continue to do Canvas and stuff. Which once I do get hired, I will unfortunately not be able to stream very often. Probably only be streaming like, I'm not really sure what my schedule will be. I know that this new company I have to work 5 days a week now instead of 4. I was working 4 before, which was nice having those 3 days off. But 5 is still good because, you know, I think having 5 days a week, it just makes more money. That's what it means at the end of the day. Because working 4 days, like, even if my wage is a little bit higher, which I actually think it's the same wage. I actually think it's so crazy how the company is paying exactly the same wage, but with more hours. It's actually more hours because it's just slightly, it's one extra day. Which also means, because like I mentioned, the job is a production-based job, and there is like quotas and stuff that we have to maintain, you know, making sure we're getting donors. At that other job, it has the same quota of being 8 a week, but because I'm working 5 days a week, I now have an extra day to get that 8, which I never really had a problem with getting 8 ever. Often I would bonus, which they also have the same bonus structure as well. So every time I get a donor that is above my quota, above 8, I actually get $75. It's pretty cool. Honestly, if anyone is ever interested in canvassing, like if you want to help organizations raise money, specifically nonprofit organizations, I feel like if you're canvassing for a company that is like just selling windows or something like that, and just selling some, you know, random product that people don't really need, I feel like, to me, that is something that, like, it's just not, it doesn't make up for it. Because here's the thing about canvassing, and people know this, but at the same time don't think about it. Canvassing is essentially a sales position, and if you know anything about sales, sales is just manipulating someone into doing something that they maybe don't really want to do, or that they just, you know, they need to be convinced of to do, which is a lot of times what sales is in the first place. Even when you're buying something like food, like, you're actively having to convince that person that this is the food that they want to get today. And obviously my job is different. I'm convincing people to donate money to something that actually is super important. And so I think that's why I will always have the moral high ground, if you want to call it that, in any situation. Because yes, I'm trying to, like, convince you to buy something that you maybe don't necessarily want to, but at the same time, you're literally giving money to help, like, actively save the world, save lives, all sorts of stuff. You know, depending on what organization I'm canvassing for, obviously, you know, it depends. Different organizations do different things, but at the end of the day, if it's a nonprofit, that basically means to me that they're just trying to help humanity. Because the only reason that any company in this country is a for-profit business is because they just want to make money. It's not because they want to, like, make good products and you know, sell good things to good people. It's just to make money. But if it's a nonprofit, it clearly shows that they're not there to make money. They're there to help and to have their mission be fulfilled. And don't get me wrong, there are nonprofits that are scammers, and they actively just kind of pocket their money a lot and stuff like that. But I think, as far as me, I mean, I've only ever canvassed for the ACLU, and the ACLU is definitely, like, not a scamming organization. They've been around 105 years. They've literally, like, protected civil rights, human rights for that whole time, like, very intensely, very controversially. So definitely not a bad company by any means, or a bad organization by any means. But the other company that if I do get hired at this new place, I'll be canvassing for, which is also, ironically enough, the place I needed to canvass for, or the organization I was going to canvass for, before I got fired, is World Wildlife Fund. And this organization is pretty insane. They actively, did I finish this layer? I'm sorry, I'm, like, talking a lot, and I'm not even, yeah, wow, I really did. I'm actually cruising with this. I think we're on the layer of lights now. Yes. All right. Perfect. All right. So let's refresh this. All right. Let's grab the 12 buckets real quick. Oh. Okay. 3, 9, and 12. Okay. And then some more rockets. What? Okay, and then we'll grab gold. I think it's over here. Yeah, okay. Let me just do this here. Okay. So I think we'll start with placing all of this gold. And then, is there any other thing that we need to grab other than these? No. Yeah, okay, so we'll start by placing all this gold first, and then we'll do all the lights. Where was I at with what I was saying? I was talking about how I canvassed and stuff. Oh, right. So, if I do get hired at this new company, I'll be canvassing for WWF, World Wildlife Fund. And this organization is pretty awesome. They are actively trying to protect the Amazon rainforest. And if you didn't know, the Amazon rainforest actually produces about, I think it's about 90% of the world's medicine, which is so insane because the Amazon rainforest right now is actually actively being destroyed. I believe the statistic is about 1/3 of the Amazon rainforest is already destroyed, and another 1/3 is on the way of being on track to being destroyed, just because of deforestation and all sorts of stuff like that they're doing in those areas. I believe it actually is the. You know, I actually don't want to speak on something that I'm not positive, so I'm actually not going to speak any further on that because, to be honest, I never really canvassed for the World Wildlife Fund, so I didn't actually really know, because, well, I got fired right before any transition over there, so, yeah, pretty insane stuff. But the good news is that, like I said, you know, hopefully I have that backup, and honestly, if I don't get hired at that job, which I don't see that happening, to be honest, because multiple people from that group of people that got fired alongside me have literally gone to that company and are already hired. So, you know, I just took my time a little bit with it. I didn't really apply right away or anything because, well, I kind of wanted to make some Minecraft content for a bit while I was unemployed. But yeah, we should be getting back into working soon, and unfortunately that means I won't be able to stream and make content as much or as quickly. I'll still be working on it like every day probably because I love to do this stuff, so I do try to at least do some stuff every single day. But yeah, unfortunately, probably won't be able to stream very much. Just because life is life. You gotta work, gotta do this bullshit, you know? Like I said, hopefully one day this will be my career, and then I will be able to stream and make videos of all sorts of types and have a joyous life. Or something like that. But anyway, enough about random life stuff. Let's just chill for a moment. Place some blocks. Oops. It's actually insane how just nobody comes into my stream and oh, excuse me. Oh my god, my back just like cramped up for a second. Ow. What was I saying? Nobody ever comes into my streams, which is sad, but I understand. It's just, you know, a matter of time, and then I'll build up my skills as a streamer, but then also just build up my audience. All right, so we had a lot of extra gold than I needed, but that's fine. All right, let's see, what do we got? Let's honestly, let's just do one layer at a time, like before. We gotta get to our sea lanterns over here. Is this enough? No. Honestly, is all of... Oh, okay. You know what's weird? I don't know why I got so many sea lanterns. I think I only needed 2 shulker boxes and I ended up grabbing 3. But anyway. Let's go ahead and place these first. Oh, dang it. Let's make sure I didn't unpause anything. Okay, yep. so as you can kind of tell, I tried to go for specific light blocks that match the colors of the glass. So obviously there's a lot of blue in sea lanterns, but I mean the light part is mostly white, and so that's why I'm going white on white glass. I mean, sorry, sea lanterns on white glass. And then we got pearlescent frog lights for pink, because that's going to be the closest light to pink. It's more of a purple, but pink, kind of. And then the closest to red is going to be the shroom lights, and then the closest to black is obviously the skulk, which technically I think is not considered a light block, actually. But it does emulate. No, not emulate. What's that word? Emulates. Emulate? I think that's the word. Emulate some light. That's what I was trying to say. Emulate. See, emulate is when you are copying. Like, or not copying, but like, kind of copying. I feel like I use words all the time that I don't even really know the meaning to, and I just think I know because the context of what the word has been said, like how I've heard the word before. Like emulate is. Wait, I think I was thinking of emit light. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the word emit, not emulate. Emulate is completely different. Emulate is let's see, what the hell does emulate mean? I'll look this up randomly. So why not? Emulate. Emulate. Match or surpass a person or achievement, typically by imitation. Okay, so I was right in what I thought the definition was. I just couldn't put it into words. Anyway, literally going on tangents about a single word. Dang, it's actually insane how we actually are getting super close to being done. We have this layer here with the lights, and then we got our one more layer of glass, and then after that we got a few layers of some of the outside of the ship here, using the quartz and stuff, and then it's just a bunch of regular glass to create a giant dome on top. And then yeah, we'll be done. We will be done, and then the journey begins of figuring out what kind of storage system I want to do and how it's going to fit and everything. And I think I will stream it. I think I will stream that process. I feel like at this point, I'm just going to stream everything I do. Honestly, a lot of what held me back from streaming before, because honestly, I had all this gear I already had. I've had since like high school, honestly. Because I knew that this was what I wanted to do since high school. And I think like I actively, sorry, I just lost what I was saying completely. My brain really gets so fried when I'm doing this. I don't know why. What was I even talking about? I honestly want to go back. Oops. Right. Okay. I literally had to go back in my live to figure out what I was doing. Yeah. So I was talking about how I wanted to stream all processes that I take in my builds and everything. And the reason that I used to not do it was because I felt like it was spoiling the builds, because like you're actively seeing the stream if you see the stream before you see the video. But then I realized that that doesn't make any sense, because the video is about the build, and if you're watching the video for the build, then like you want to know what it looks like, you know, and the build isn't what makes the video entertaining. The build is just the cool thing that you're looking at. The entertaining part is me, you know. That's the part that people want to see, and that's why people will watch instead of someone else, you know. It's the whole point of YouTube, is that, you know, you're putting out your personality and you're putting out your own creative energy, and you know you find and attract people that have similar creative energy and similar beliefs or whatever it is. And obviously it can be hard to properly emulate your specific uh, personality. Actually, come to think of it, am I using that word right now? Emulate your personality. I mean, that doesn't really make sense because you're not copying anything. You're just being yourself. But then again, people do kind of like copy others. You know, like sometimes that's a part of being yourself is just doing things that other people do and like, you know, because you like it, you see them doing it, you like it, you want to do it yourself. You know, it's not like you're copying them necessarily. I mean, you could say that you're copying them, but copying isn't really real in my opinion. Nothing can be copied because nothing is the same. Everything is different because at the end of the day, like, you know, it's your own take on it. It's your own perspective and you know, type of video that you are doing. Of course, if you're just like straight up copying someone's video, like people have straight up posted podcast episodes of like the H3 podcast or something like that, just straight up posted the entire video without editing it or anything. It's like that's straight up copying. that's like actually straight up copying. Like you're actually copying and pasting a file basically to your own, saying it's your own thing, which is pretty ridiculous. Is that all I needed? Yeah, wow. I really got so much extra sea lanterns. I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah. All right, next block. Pearlescent Frogolites. See, more than I guess. Oh, excuse me. I guess I just didn't do exact calculations. I just did estimations because, dude, I keep going into this every time. I think I will remove the freaking spattered snow. It's so annoying. I keep falling in there. I think I am going to remove it at some point. Just not now. Bum, 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 bum. I keep losing my thoughts. I'm so ADHD. Every time something happens, I just forget what I'm talking about. Anyway. Are these all facing the same direction? Yeah, they are. That's cool. See, that's another benefit of using Litematica is that when you're actively like pasting things, like, because the way I made this layer was I actively just replaced, like I was pasting the layers of glass, right, and then I actively replaced this layer with these blocks, just replacing the specific colors of glass with these blocks, which makes it so that when I pasted it, all of these blocks are facing in the same direction. And then now, because I'm using Easy Place, I'm now placing them all in the same direction, which I feel like, specifically with these Frogolites, I don't like that they go different directions. I mean, I think it's cool to be able to have that as an option, I guess, if you want to like make it a little bit different direction. But you know, when it's something like this where I want it to be like a uniform thing, I don't want them to be facing different directions. And so it's good that you know, with this, they won't face the same different directions. They'll all face the same. But yeah, Litematica is definitely a cool mod. Definitely recommend using it if you're into using mods. Personally, I'm into only mods that enhance the vanilla experience. I don't really like playing mods that are adding you know, items and game elements that aren't in vanilla. And really the only reason for that is just, I don't like that corner, but whatever. The only reason for that is just because, like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I don't want to play regular mods. I think I'm just a weirdo. I just don't want to play any mod that isn't vanilla. I just feel like this game is so fun and there's so much to it in the vanilla base of it that it doesn't really need, I don't really need to play mods. You know, like, I don't know, my brother was telling me that I should play Cobblemon. It's like a Pokemon mod for Minecraft. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Pokemon in years, so I don't know why I would like want to do that specifically. Honestly, my brother just recommends stuff because he doesn't know me at all, but it's fine. You know, on the topic of I say on the topic as if I was talking about this, but I was talking about my creativeness earlier, and like my passion for what I want to do with YouTube and all that stuff. On that topic, I also really want to make music. I actually really enjoy singing, and I really enjoy music in general. And I'm learning guitar right now. It's hard to find time for stuff. But you know, I try to play guitar at least once a day and just kind of learn more and more skills and just get my fingers more and more used to it. I've only been playing for, I don't know, like a couple months now, and honestly, I have not been keeping up with as consistent as I should be. Definitely haven't been doing it every day necessarily. I do it, I would say, at least once a week, which is good, but like, yeah, I definitely need to keep up with it a lot more so I can really improve those skills because, like I said, I do really want to make music, and I want to be able to make organic music too, not just like using a program, which I totally could do, but at the same time, like I want to make organic music in the sense of like actually using an instrument to make the music, because a part of the way that I think in general about just everything and like how my creativity works is that I'm very much a person who builds on what I'm thinking as I'm going, as I'm thinking, as I'm learning about it, you know. So like I need to be able to physically make the sound, because I need to be able to like hear it and physically understand what's gonna sound good, because I can't really just like think about what's gonna sound good and like write a song just like in my head without actually being actively listening to the instrument. Which, I mean, you know, if I use a program, I obviously can listen to the instruments, but I just want to make organic music, because let's be real here. If you just use a program and you're just making music like that, don't get me wrong, it's still good, and I'm sure a lot of people do that and can make awesome music. But like, to me, having that physical instrument and having that physical sound, it just adds an element to music that some people, the digitalness of making music on a program, it kind of turns people off to that music, and I don't want anyone to be turned off in that way to my music. You know, I'm kind of talking out of my ass right now because I obviously have like no skills as of yet, and I've never even written lyrics before or anything like that. But you know, down the line, hopefully in the next couple of years, I'll be able to make music and share my creativity in that way as well, and also express my emotions, because to be honest, I have a hard time with that. It's definitely a not necessarily specifically an American problem, but I think especially an American problem, where I just don't know how to talk about my feelings because I wasn't taught to. And like, as much as I know that that is what I should be doing, and that is what like everyone should be doing, it's still hard to do it. You know, it's hard to do it, and I think everyone feels that way. It's just hard to talk about it. It's hard to talk about it because it's hard to feel it, and if it's hard to feel it, then it's hard to express it. You know, and that's part of the reason I want to do music as well, because I think that level of expression is very awesome, and I want to be able to do that. So yeah. All right, so we gotta get our skulk now. See, another thing, I got way more skulk than I needed, and I don't even know why I'm so dumb and don't know how to calculate anything. I guess, yeah, I literally got, I don't know, I got so much more than I needed, but anyway. I know that I actually do need skulk for a build that I'm working on. I probably should have done Shroomlights first. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I am working on a build for my Transform in the End series. And now that I've recently learned World Edit, because I started this build a while ago, like honestly months ago, like multiple months ago, and I kind of stopped building it because I was like, oh, this is like such an insane build, and it's taking so long to like figure out these shapes and like do any of this. And I think it was kind of the reason why I wanted to learn World Edit was for that build. And now that I actually have, I can actually use that and actually hopefully finish that build soon. I don't know. It'll probably be the next thing I do after this video that I'm working on. Because, like, you know, the build is, like, I would say mostly done, at least on the creative side of it. So, yeah, I probably will do that next. That'll probably be my next video after this one. Transform in the End, episode 5, I think, is what we're at. Honestly, that series has been going on a while because of the fact that it's literally the first video I ever made was that series, which I think was over a year ago, which is actually insane that I've been doing YouTube for almost a year now. Been playing Minecraft a lot longer than a year, but been doing YouTube with Minecraft specifically for about a year now. I'm honestly curious to look at when that video was posted, because I wonder how long has it been. Do your channel videos. Scroll down. Yep, 1 year ago. 1 year ago. Oh, actually, episode 4 was 11 months ago. Episode 4. Oh, okay. Episode 5 was right here. I did do episode 5. I forgot. That was when I built the storage system. Episode 5 was 5 months ago, but then episode 4 was 11 months ago. And the reason there was a literal 6-month gap, or 7-month gap actually, in between those was because that was when I did my hardcore series, and yeah, I did the hardcore series. Then I did 2 videos of the recaps of episodes 1 through 3, and then episodes 4 through 6 as well. And then finally did the next Transform the M series episode. And then after that, I did 5 zombies videos. And then finally that last video I posted when I got back into Minecraft after doing a lot of zombie stuff. Anyway, back to placing blocks. I was just curious about my own little endeavors of YouTube. Dang, over a year though. That's crazy. That's really insane. And I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've made progress. I obviously have 46 subscribers at this point. It's better than what I started at, which I think was like probably 0, right? I mean, I don't think I had any subscribers before I actually started. Maybe like a few friends or something, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely progress. And obviously, you know, I've improved my skills of making videos and editing and all that stuff. So obviously I've made so much progress in this first year, which honestly, thinking about it, this next upcoming year is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. I feel like I'm actually going to do some crazy big stuff, and really get myself out there and hopefully build a good audience and be able to grow my channel a lot more than I already have. I always feel like a lot of times I tend to start to get discouraged by stuff like this because, like, you know, it's been a year and I'm not even making money yet, you know, like stuff like that. And I get those thoughts in my head, and it really kind of does discourage me. But that's the biggest thing about YouTube, I think, because at the end of the day, YouTube is just like any other job where you're actively having to work really hard and, you know, prove yourself out of the group of people. And, you know, specifically with YouTube, the group of people is basically infinite, which is definitely makes it the hardest thing to get into. But at the same time, it's the biggest thing to actively, like, it's going to be worth it. It's the one thing that will be worth it. You know, like if you become some rich person through working really hard and, you know, working at some bullshit company, and you just work your way up and you become a management and you become, you know, higher up person, and you start making a living because of that. Don't get me wrong. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But I do think most people don't want to do that. And it's just because it's like the easiest option, simplest option. And, you know, that's what America has created. It has created companies just controlling everything. And so then you just actively, the only way to really do anything with your life is to adhere to these companies' demands and do what they want and be their employee, or be their slave, you know, be their employee, but you know, be underpaid and be overworked. And it's horrible. It's horrible stuff that people have to go through within the job market. And I feel like I'm fortunate enough to have skills as a being, as a human, to be able to like do any job at all, like any job. And obviously not like, you know, I'm not saying I can just like be a doctor right now, but I do think if I like actually tried to be a doctor and learned it and had a passion for it, I would be able to. And I feel like I do have that kind of brain and that kind of mentality with like everything, is that I can do anything I put my mind to. And it's not just some like cheesy thing that I say, it's just because I don't give up. That's like the biggest thing, I think. And that's where I was going with all this, is that within YouTube, you can't give up. You just can't. It's going to be something that you're going to want to give up at a lot, because it is probably a little bit harder than most things. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. You're actively having to manage your own time. You're actively having to do everything yourself, literally everything. And then there's no guarantee that you're even going to make money, because maybe people just don't like your content. Maybe people just whatever. And these thoughts can roll around in your head, but at the end of the day, it's none of it is true, because if you keep grinding, keep working at it, and keep having this passion for it, which again, that's the biggest thing to have. You have to make sure you're passionate about this thing. If you're just trying to make YouTube because you think it's an easy way to make money, nobody's gonna like you. Nobody's gonna, attract. That's not gonna be attractive. You know what I mean? And so you got to have the passion for it. And YouTube is amazing because you don't have to have a passion for Minecraft. You can have a passion for anything. It can be whatever you want, and that's the beauty of it. So you just find that passion, and then you figure out a way to make content out of it, and you figure out how to make that passion a little bit more of an entertaining thing, not just like you doing the thing, which in some instances, especially on like TikTok, you kind of can just like do the thing that you do. Like some people literally on TikTok, at least I've seen, which I actually don't have TikTok, but I used to have it. People will literally just post their jobs, basically. Like they have an interesting job, or they have a job that like can be recorded in a way that will like be entertaining in a time lapse or something like that, and I've seen people do that. And that's the beauty of the internet, is that like literally everything is on the internet, everything is possible on the internet. Anything that you want to do can be done, and actually be like you can make money from it too. Like that's the craziest part, is the fact that you can make money from literally anything on the internet. And obviously, there's a lot of people out here that are being kind of shitty people, and kind of like scamming people, and kind of like producing this this type of content that is very just targeted towards kids, or something, targeted towards people who are just gonna like want to be a part of this video, or I mean be a part of this what am I saying? Sorry. I have a bit of an issue with people who post videos that are extremely targeting towards kids, and extremely targeting towards that demographic, to actively just try to milk money from them. I think that is the most like just diabolical thing you can do. And I think there's a lot of people on YouTube like that, and it's obviously just because like America breeds greed. It literally breeds greed. And so of course people are going to be greedy, and they're going to do whatever it takes to make money, because I understand life is super hard, and making money is super hard and everything. But that doesn't mean that you should sacrifice yourself, basically sacrifice like everything, just become a complete sellout. Like it's just wrong, in my opinion. It just isn't something that I don't think anyone should do. I think if we all came together and collectively were like, no, let's not do shitty things. Let's always do good things, and always try to make bad things go away, and improve these good things. And I think most people in the world, at least, want that. They want the world to be good, because life is all about making life thrive, and within thriving life is also just protection of life, and increase comfortability of life. All of that stuff is essentially things that we have to do together. We have to come together and do that stuff. It's not going to be something that any individual is going to do, because it's just too much work for any individual. And also, I mean, the way the world is right now, it's so backwards. It's completely backwards. So it is on us. It's on the people who want the things, this thriving life. It's on us to be able to get it, and to obtain it, and to essentially, in my opinion, take it away, or not take it away, but force it upon the people in power who don't want it, because they have the power right now, and they just want to be continuously having that power, and they see us as sheep and less than them and stuff, and it's messed up, and they don't deserve any of the power they have. And to be honest, I don't think anyone deserves any power, but I do think there is a necessity to have power, certain people having power. We just need to properly learn how to actually delegate that power, and also have those checks and balances that we supposedly have in this country, that we definitely don't. I mean, we do, but at the same time, people just go around it so much because of the fact that it's so much bullshit bureaucracy that can just be completely looked past and looked over, and all these like bills being passed that have like a bunch of stuff in them that has nothing to do with what the bill is really about. It's all just a way to keep the flux of money going everywhere and having these politicians and billionaires control everything forever and ever. And I'm going on a tangent because I'm freaking out in my head right now, but yeah, it's horrible stuff. But nonetheless, you know, it doesn't matter because we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Probably won't happen in my lifetime, but it will happen in someone's lifetime. That's for sure. But who knows? Maybe it will happen in this lifetime. I mean, things are escalating very, very fast nowadays. And especially with the internet, you know, the internet's, if you really think about it, the internet has not been around that long. Not at all. It basically started in 2000. Is that right? I wasn't even born in 2000, so I don't even know when the internet officially started. It might have been a little bit earlier than that. But either way, it hasn't been more than like 30 years. And that's just not a long time in the grand scheme of time. I mean, like 30 years is really nothing for like something to be growing and evolving. Which the internet is doing that. It is growing and evolving. I mean, thinking about how YouTube was back in the day, like when it first came out, it was just chaos because there was no regulation and there was no like people didn't even like understand what they should be posting. Like it was just, you know, post whatever. And people still do that, and there is plenty of content on YouTube that is just straight up horrible content and should be completely taken down. But of course, you know, they can make money from it, so they're not gonna do that. I don't know how I ran out of shroom lights. I thought I grabbed enough. I guess I had more shroom lights than other blocks. I don't know where the hell I left off at. Did I finish it? I'm so confused. Oh, it's over there. Literally right in front of my face. Oh, I think I was just a little bit short. I think this is it right here. Right? Or is there one more line? Oh no, there's one more line. Yeah, I think... Yeah, this is the red line. I think red was the most. Although every single one has 3, right? No. No, red's the only one that has 3. Yeah, every other one has 2. That makes sense why I needed more shroom lights than anything else. And why, of course, shroom lights was... I mean, honestly, it kind of was the easiest because it was a farm, but at the same time, I needed to improve the farm, so it took the most time. Only because I had to recreate... I actually... It's going to be in the video that I'm making for this, but I actually built a fungus farm that is fully automatic by myself. Well, not by myself, actually. I should say my best friend, she did help me out. She actually helped me out with one redstone component that I was failing to understand. It was the timer specifically for my for that thing. There's like I have a little timer for a water bucket to be able to collect the fungus. And yeah, she helped me out with that. Kind of helped me figure out some things, and then I combined what I knew, and I was able to get the timing right on what I needed. So yeah, pretty cool. Took a bit of time, but once we had that done, it literally was like I can now run my shroomlight farm, which is also a warped / crimson wood farm. I can now run it infinitely. I can literally turn everything on and then just run it forever because it just keeps producing shrooms. And you know, I have a bone meal farm, so I instantly have bone meal, and I just run it forever. But yeah, I think it is. I think it actually is. Yeah, I actually made it so that it is completely renewable. I actually don't even. I don't need to connect it to my bone meal farm. I did connect it to my bone meal farm already because I kind of needed it to like enough to start it, because it's like you have to have enough in there to start it, and then it keeps producing enough for itself. And it's actually funny. It produces, I think like an extra 2 every like 20 to 30 seconds. It'll have an extra 2 in the hopper, so it goes up by 2 every 30 seconds basically, which essentially means that if I run it for long enough, it will actually get full. But I mean, that would take so long. It would take so long for that to happen that I probably would never run it that long. And even if it did, it wouldn't even matter, because That's why you always put fire at the end of all of your water streams, because you do not want pileups. I had a pileup one time with a water stream because I didn't put a fire, and my game lagged out. Um, I had to actually remove the like physically go in to the files and remove all the entities that were there, um, because I literally couldn't load in the game. It would just crash as soon as I load in. So the only way I got around that was actively removing those entities from the files so that they just were no longer on the ground. Um, but yeah, anyway, we are actually done with this layer, which is insane. We have one more glass layer to do. And I think I'm going to not do the buckets anymore. Like I said, I think I do want to remove that. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, we got just one more layer of glass to do. Oh. I just realized you sent a message. This is really satisfying. You should make some shorts out of this kind of building. Don't you think everyone deserves 100% power? Like the universe has energy for all that, but we're just at a time and space. I'm not really sure what I was talking about that prompted you to say that message, but I don't you think everyone deserves 100% power? Like the universe has the energy for all that. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think eventually everyone should have 100% power, but I do think like right now that's just not really like realistic, I guess, to be able to have that. Um, but yeah, I mean that would be the perfect situation is that everyone just has 100% power, and having the power over their own life. That's the biggest thing, which a lot of people don't have. I could make shorts out of I can make shorts out of like a lot of stuff. I kind of don't like shorts that much though. I don't know. I'm kind of weird. I should make shorts because I know it's like I don't know. The thing is that I always see shorts as just a way to promote my video, not like a its own video, Um I don't know. I'm just not into short content, like little short things. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. I try to make my videos as short as possible, but at the same time, that's just because they are usually long, not because like a short is, it's really short. It's really short. Oh, she left. I don't know why I never see chat. I wish there was a way to, like, oh, you can turn timestamps on. Okay, that's cool. So she said that at 2. Oh yeah, it was 8 minutes ago. She said that. So yeah, she just left. Actually, she's at work right now, so she's probably just on break. Anyway, let's get back to this layer here. Yeah, I'm gonna skip the powdered snow. Let's finish up the final bit of this. Where is my blocks of quartz, man? There it is. All right, yeah, let's finish this up. I'm gonna skip the diff. I'm recording, right? Okay. Yeah, we are, this layer is gonna take a bit of time, but after that, it's gonna go real fast. I think, on the topic of making shorts, I think I probably will make at least one short, which will be the replay of this. At least that'll be a short. I think doing replays as a short is totally fine because that's like something where you actively are like watching something that is short, but also is like showing a lot at the same time because it's literally an entire build, and also looks really cool. And then also, I can promote the video with it because like obviously this replay is about like. The video is what it's about, It's about this build. But yeah. I wonder what prompted a stream I did the other day. The stream I did with when I was actually designing this, it got a lot of views after the fact. I never get any views while while actually streaming. But after the fact, it got a lot of views. It got like 100 views from people, and I feel like I wonder what specifically prompted people to be enticed by that video over my other streams. I mean, obviously, you know, obviously building with World Edit is something that I don't think a lot of people do necessarily, or at the very least, you know, actually streaming it. Not that people don't. I know there's lots of people that do, but streaming it at the very least is something that not a lot of people do. So I think maybe that's where that little, you know, added promotion was involved in. It's just the fact of what the actual video was about. The fact that I had World Edit in the title and everything, just I guess promoted it more in a way. I really would hope that all my streams would do that well, but it's just a matter of time, I suppose. I really do got to get better at looking at chat more often, because I literally miss messages every time. People will leave before I respond to them. Honestly, I feel like what I need is an entirely separate monitor just for chat that I will always see, so it can be fully full screened. I have 3 monitors. I don't actually... Can I show this? Let's see. I have 3 monitors here. But oh, kind of messed up the angle a little bit. That's fine. Oh, a little bit more to the left. Okay. So yeah, I have 3 monitors, but like, honestly, I probably should. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is that like this monitor over here, I could put the chat on and like make it really big and really tall. But then it's like I have to actually like look all the way over. So I have it right here on the second monitor, just right next to my gaming monitor, so that I can see it, but then at the same time I never see it. I guess that's a human error. Human error. Being human is an error. All right. Oh, we got a line right here we gotta do. Yes, we got one more layer of glass to do, and then it'll be the final few layers of these quartz to finish out this outside ship part or whatever. Okay. And then, oh, what the hell? Huh. That is actually a mistake. That is not supposed to be like that. Hopefully that is something that is not happening all over. It was just that one spot. Yeah, after this layer, we'll be pretty much close to the end. Huh. I really messed this up on accident. I didn't even notice. Don't have my pick on me. I'm just gonna break it. Okay. I'm sure that I have an extra. Okay, hopefully that didn't happen anywhere else. I don't know how I missed that, to be honest. Okay, good. It didn't happen anywhere else. Alright, yeah. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all the glass. So I got a lot more stem than I needed, which is good, because that means I can use that for something else. Because getting that stem was super annoying. What am I doing? I need to get glass. No, not regular glass. We need to get the white. Yeah, let's just do what we did, like we always do, and just do spirals. It's just honestly so much easier to do it like this, because you don't have to worry about, like, misplacing that much, because, like, you can easily tell where the lines are, and then also, like, you know, you can do the whole thing in one inventory, for the most part, except for the red. You know, honestly, I'm actually surprised to find that a lot of people don't use Litematica. Not a lot of people would. I just feel like it's such an insanely good mod. Because like everyone uses replay mod when they're making videos because it's such a, you know, an insanely good tool to have. That I would think everyone would use Litematica too because like, you know, especially for these people that do these massive builds. I mean, some people do builds that are bigger than the builds I do and it's like, how are you not using Litematica? Which I think those builds I'm thinking about, they probably do. Um, I know a lot of people do use Litematica thinking about it. I've seen a few videos of people doing it, but I just feel like it is something that is such an insane like skill or not skill tool that I don't know why everyone doesn't use it. To be honest, I mean it's not like you have to do easy place because some people consider easy place cheating, which to be honest I don't think you can cheat in this game. I mean, how can you cheat at something that is like your own thing? You're doing it yourself. You're doing it in your own way. You know, the scale of what cheating is just not real. It's just like the whole thing of people trying to claim that like hardcore YouTubers are cheating and stuff like that. Um, it's literally just like I feel like it's just a way to get more views because like nobody's cheating. Nobody's cheating. You can't cheat at this game. Like the only way I could see that you're actually like cheating at this game is if you're playing like a server online and like I don't know, you're doing like mini games or something like Hypixel and you're just like using cheats to like actively just guarantee that you win. That's obviously cheating, but that's completely different than anything you're going to be doing in a single player world or even a multiplayer server if you're not, you know, at all hindering anyone else's stuff, you know. Like if you're not hindering anyone's stuff, I don't think there's anything like wrong with doing whatever you want to do. And I feel like that is kind of true for all of life, you know. Just don't hinder on other people's stuff. Just, you know, stay out of people's businesses that ain't yours, that don't concern you, that don't, you know, it's not even about like whether it relates to what you go through or anything like that. It's literally just like people do their own thing because they're their own person and they're not going to listen to you because people don't listen to other people. It's just how it is. Like as much as you actively, you know, can listen to other people and people want to, most of the time people do make decisions based on their own judgments, not at all based on like other people's judgments of what they should do or whatever. And sure, people take those things into account. Obviously, if it's like coming from someone that you love, obviously you're gonna think about it. But when it comes to people that like are more random, you know, especially just people on the internet, nobody is listening to you. Nobody cares what you're saying. Like, especially if you're saying something negative towards someone, they're not going to listen to you. Like, I'm sure that there are people that will actively, you know, read hate comments and stuff and it will affect them and they will actively, you know, feel that pain from it and stuff like that, but they're not going to like listen to it and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to change my ways because I am a cheater or whatever. And honestly, it's just hate. You're just like spewing hate, and that's not good. Never spew hate. That's the life lesson for all life is never spew hate. Because the more you spew hate, the more hate spews on you. Honestly, I've just been like talking way more than I ever have, and I feel like that's a good thing because I feel like that means I'm improving my streaming skills in a way. Um, because yeah, talking is kind of the most important thing about streaming. You gotta keep talking, otherwise you're just. I mean, not that this isn't like entertaining in some way. I mean, you know, Jude said it was satisfying. Which to be honest, I'm not really into that kind of content, like oddly satisfying content. I understand how this can be oddly satisfying because I'm like placing blocks super rapidly and it's like that sound and stuff, and I can see how people can enjoy that. I mean, I was literally saying like last stream, it felt like it was an ASMR stream. But personally, I don't know. The oddly satisfying stuff just doesn't really hit for me that much. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain videos that look cool, and it's like, yeah, it's cool to like look at these things. But I just like would not spend more than 5 minutes looking at videos like that. Like honestly, I guess that's kind of me always. I don't really spend much time on social media stuff, which is kind of ironic because I'm like trying to be a social media like person or career yet. I don't even like watch. I don't even like watch YouTube half the time, honestly. Like, anyway. I think I will, just because for the sake of it. I was gonna remove the snow. Wow, look at the shadow of this thing now. It looks so crazy. It looks so insane, actually. Honestly, it kind of really adds like an ominous look to this area right here, which I think is really good because I do want to turn this area right here to like relate to this. I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do. I do know I want to do like a spiral going down of like some like energy that kind of look like it's beaming stuff up. I can maybe even, oh, if I could like make it so that the water look like the water is being pulled up. I don't know. I'll figure that out when it comes to it. But oops. Anyway, did we finish the white? Oh, we missed 7 blocks. 7 blocks. Oh, that honestly might. Oh, that wouldn't be that color though. 7 blocks, huh? I think I'll just keep 1 stack on me to as I see those. Oops. Oops. Wait, so is that? Yeah, so that is all the white glass, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we had a little extra. That's good. All right, pink time. Right? Is that the next color? Yeah. Is that enough? Oh, I actually do need 1 more stack. Oh wait, I can just. Oh, I ran out of rockets. I was like, what is going on? Oh wait, I can do this. And that way I can't grab this white glass here. Alright. Pink time. Ran out of stuff to say. You know what? I know what I'll say. I'll tell a story real quick. Actually, I think I've already told this story on stream before. I was about to tell the story of how I got this. You can't see it; it's kind of faded away. But there was a bruise there at some point. I feel like I did tell this story on stream already, but maybe I didn't. So I guess I'll just say it again. At a loss of what to say anyway. So, all right. So here's the story, right? So, everyone knows summer is here, right? At least if you're in America. Summer is here, and what that means is that you go to water spots, you go to the river or whatever, right? At least as a young lad like myself, I do. And I was at this water spot a couple weeks ago, and basically, I've been in this water spot multiple times, and there used to be a rope swing there, and it was pretty cool. And so we went there, and I had kind of forgot about the rope swing, but at the very least, once I got there, I noticed the rope swing, and I was like, oh yeah, the rope swing, that's so sick. Unfortunately, the rope swing was stuck in the tree, though. And it was a pretty tall tree, and also an incredibly hard tree to access. But here's the thing about me. I never give up. And I wanted to get that rope swing down. So I actively sought out a mission to get that get that rope swing down. And the mission was to just get into the tree, climb the branch up, fling it down, and then get down. And honestly, the plan was to actually climb down the rope because I do have the upper body strength for that. So I feel like I could have done that. But what ended up happening was some pretty horrible stuff. So first of all, getting to the tree was super hard because I had to literally go through thorn bushes, like an unrelenting amount of thorn bushes, and it was not like at all flat ground, stable ground at all. I actually ended up slipping and literally falling into a thorn bush and just like shredding and just cutting up my legs so much. But I'm pretty used to pain, as most of us are, but at least physical pain especially. And so it was whatever. I was like, crap, I fell. That sucks. Let me keep fighting. Let me just keep doing it. Let me just get in this tree. So eventually I get through the thorn bush, and then struggling, I eventually get on the tree, and I'm on the tree, and I'm climbing up the branch, and I'm scooting on my butt. I'm like scooting forward on my butt, because the thing is that the branch is super wide, but at the same time it's not really wide enough to like walk on, because like there's moss on top. I could easily have slipped, and if I fell from there, I would have died. I literally would have died. I would have landed on rocks and died. So I was being careful. I was just scooting on my butt, and honestly it was kind of painful, but again, I'm used to pain, right? So I'm going up this tree, and honestly what ended up happening was my wife and best friend freaked out a little bit at me. We were all, drinking and stuff, having a fun time. So, emotions can get high when you're drunk. And, well, basically they were super scared that I was going to fall and die. Understandably so. But at the same time, I felt like I was capable of doing it. Because I climb trees all the time. I climb stuff all the time. It's just something that I enjoy doing, and so I can do it. But because they were scared, I didn't want to scare them anymore. So I did end up getting down. But all of that led to when I got down the tree, and the way that I got down, I ended up bruising my arm right here, which you can kind of vaguely see the outline of it. Because basically what was happening was I actively was holding on to this branch, like with my whole arm, like wrapped around this huge branch, and then like slowly sliding down the branch to get off the tree. And like I ended up, and like I said, with the bushes being right there next to the tree, I had to go back into the bushes, and it was not flat ground at all. It wasn't even stable ground. And so in my attempt to get down from the branch like that, I was using my arm to kind of hold up my weight. I ended up slipping, but still holding my weight with my arm. So all of my weight then was on this muscle right here, and then I was also slowly sliding down. So then all of it just really like shredded that muscle, which honestly what's insane is that the cut is almost like completely gone. It's like super faded and gone. Cells, man, they just regenerate, sort of. But yeah, it was pretty painful. But the story's not over, because here's the thing: I didn't get the rope swing down. And how can I tell a story that is boring like that? And I just hurt myself and nothing even happened, and I gave up. See, but like I said, I didn't give up. I spent the next hour or so just chucking rocks and sticks at this rope swing until eventually it fell. It took so long, but eventually it fell. And then it was honestly not worth it at all. It was not worth it. I was like super sore the next day from doing all that. And obviously like cut up to shit. So that was painful. As much as I, can handle pain, I don't like it. And of course, nobody likes it. But I did, it was a little fun to have the rope swing. And the biggest thing that warms my heart is knowing that a lot of people go to that spot, and now a lot of people can have access to that rope swing. And, next time I go back, hopefully it won't be stuck in the tree again. But anyway, that was the story that I believe I already told on stream. But if you haven't heard it, there it is. That's a story of something I did. Something I did to hurt myself, but also it's a story of triumph and not giving up and all that good stuff. All right. Let's see. I thought there was some Yeah, there is still a bit of white and a bit of black that's missing. Or not black, pink. I don't know why I said black. Oh, I see right there. What? Oh. Not seeing any of this white that's missing. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing any white that's missing. I'm so confused. Unless it was that. I don't know what color that was. It was white. Oh, it's pink. It's pink stained glass. Okay, that might refer to the... Oh, but wait. It says there's 6 missing, so that's only 4. Not seeing these missing spots. Guess I'll find it once I'm done. Wait a minute. I just realized that's not... It's supposed to be this color. There we go. What was that? I thought there was another spot that I had to correct that maybe didn't have... whatever. I'll come back to it. If it... Yeah. Let's go ahead and... What am I doing? Wow, we actually had 4 remaining. Which, according to this, there's actually 4 missing. So, we need to make sure we get that in there. What's our next color here? Red? Oh no, black. Alright, let's see. Is that enough black? Nope, 1 more stack, of course. Wish there was a way I could somehow... Oh yeah, that's right. Oops. Let me do that trick I was thinking about earlier. Drop a stack. Come back. And grab this. And then, honestly, let me just, oops. Ah! Yeah, this is why we, oh my goodness. This is why we need to remove this. It's so annoying. I don't like it anymore. It does not work at all. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna break that. No! Stop it! Is Easy Place not on? Oh, it wasn't on, that's why. Oh wow, that was already a stack gone. Where did I drop this? I probably should have dropped it in somewhere that was easy to find. Crap. I thought it was like... I came... Oh. Not looking at the right side. I came from up here and then I dropped it. I really can't see it. Oh, here it is. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's under the ground. What? Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright. Let's finish up this layer. Song is kind of boring right now. Well, come to think of it, I think that 4 missing glass was the 4 that I actually replaced. Right? This is a good version of this song. I don't think I've ever heard this version. I mean, not this version, I meant the regular version. Also, I've even heard it. This actually might just be a completely new song. No, it does say remix. Oh, it's deeper. I think that's like an original Minecraft song. Or OG Minecraft song. Anyway, I can actually add this song. Oh, no. Alright. Back to it. Back to it. Getting exhausting, honestly. Good thing we are almost done with this fat layer. And then it'll be skinnier layers and go a lot faster. So probably got another hour at least, though. Oh my god. Did I do all the block already? Oh, I did. Okay. It still says that there's 6 missing. I don't know. I'll come back and see if there's anything missing after I do this red. Okay. Let's put our pink away. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have anything. Let's put it in here. Grab Dios. Dios. Is this the last bit of... Oh, hello, actually. Alright. Did that almost get there? Yeah. Alright. Last color here. Well, there's one spot right there. You know, I noticed that there was some points like this that where it just goes through by one. I think I definitely shouldn't have done that, but it's such an annoying process to reset all of that for all the layers. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard, honestly, but I don't want to. It don't matter that much, to be honest. It's really just about the shape that you see from afar. The galaxy spiral. Alright. Does the hunger bar actually cap at 3 bars? It seems like it does. Or is it still going down? Maybe just a lot slower? Oh, there's another white missing. I think it actually does cap. Yeah, interesting. So it stops you from being able to sprint, but it never kills you. From just placing blocks, I mean. Like urban order. Oh, that's black. Okay, one more. What the heck is happening with the world? Why does it look like that? Oh, a little bit more. So I also need to grab those extra blocks. Missed. Yeah, a little bit more red. Oh, didn't grab enough. Whoopsies. Check from above and try to see these points. Okay, there's two over here. Yeah, just a bit more red. Oh, wait. Ah. All right. Oops. One missing It still says there's stuff missing. I don't understand. I ain't seeing nothing. Okay, well, 2 of those black. Okay. And then, oh, and 2 of those. Okay, so all 4 of those were going to be black. And then also all of those were going to be pink. So I think that's what that is. But it does seem like there's 1 red missing and 2 white missing. But I don't see it. Oh, I see it. And 1 red? Let's see. There was a way to identify them, but... I'm really not seeing it anywhere. Oh, that... I think this was, at some point, a different... Yeah, that was a red stained glass, so that might be what that is. Yeah, that's what that one is. And then 2 whites, though? 1 white. Okay. Some white somewhere, apparently. Not seeing it. Was it? No, those are pink ones. I don't know. I'm not seeing this 1 white being missed. Not seeing where it is. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Was it right there? No. Huh. I don't know. It might just be something that's not really seen somehow. I don't know. Not sure. Actually, I thought there was a way to identify. I could have swore you could, like, click on them. I don't know. I'm really not seeing it anywhere. I don't know if it'll show up at some point. All right, so we're done. We're done with that. We got a few more layers of. Oh, looks like this chunk didn't load somehow. So we got 1, 2, and then sort of 3, and then after those 3 layers, it's just all glass. So this will be quick. This will be pretty quick. But before we get on this layer, I really need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna be right back. We'll pause it, actually. BRB. Yeah, just say that in the chat so y'all know. If anyone pops up. Be back. Alright, we back. Alright. Recording here. Our stuff. Okay, just make sure that we... What? Oh. Forgot I completely changed the layer. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I should be able to get all of the glass into one shulker box at this point. Let's grab all of our glass. Okay, I think these are all empty. I'm gonna shove it all in here. And then we need a bunch of... Alright, so we need 5 stacks of regular glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need 8 stacks of mushroom stem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 stacks of smooth quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, these are like a bunch of random. Alright, we got it all. Let's do this layer here. Recording, yep. No, I'm thinking about it. I should actually go back into that stream I did yesterday and remove that like large portion where I was gone. Because I realize now nobody's gonna want to watch a super long moment of just nothing, just me sitting there for like 15 minutes. I mean, I know people can just like skip, obviously, because it's not alive anymore. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be easy to just cut it out. That way it's not even in it. You don't have to skip. Crazy how thick this got. Yeah, it really made like the most like unsymmetrical ship, which I feel like if you really think about what this ship is, it kind of makes sense because it's like it's housing a galaxy inside of it, and it has to just build around the galaxy, whatever that shape and size of the galaxy is or whatever. But I mean, obviously this is Minecraft. I could have made it perfect, but I don't know. It was just kind of the process that I did. I suppose is the only reason it's not perfect, because if I did a better, more perfect process and I actually knew what I was doing from the beginning, it wouldn't have been like this. But at the same time, I kind of like when builds have the character of like what actually happened when you're designing them. And you know, well, what happened was I generated it, or I designed it and built it in a way that makes it so it's not perfect. It's not perfectly symmetrical or whatever, but it is perfect in the sense that it's super awesome looking. And it's like it not being symmetrical doesn't at all ruin like anything of the look, so it's the good part. You know, honestly, I don't understand how that beacon doesn't reach out here. I feel like it's literally, I'm like so close to it. least the good news is that I probably won't really be on the outside of the ship that much. I'll only ever be on the inside of the dome, which I do believe is all covered by Skulk. I mean, not Skulk. Beacon effects. Why I said Skulk? I was just looking at it. Finally on the tail end of this build. It's only gonna get easier from this point. Yeah, this back end is like really skinny compared to the front end. I guess that's good, having a little bit more room in that front end to be able to do that that rainbow bridge idea that I had. It's definitely good. So honestly, you know what? I take it back. It is perfect. It's exactly what it needs to be. Which is my build that I built from scratch, sort of. I mean, it was from scratch, but I obviously used World Edit, so it's not like from scratch. But anyway, that was super fast. Look at that, one layer done. Wait, it said 80 missing? Oh, right, it always just does that because it's not. Oh, there actually was a missed spot, though. Make sure I didn't miss any other spots. We good. Alright, next layer. Let's see. Do I have enough left? Nope. That's what I'll do. I'll have everything on me and then just keep up in the glass. Because eventually it'll get to the point where it's just glass. Excuse me. I did okay, cool. Yeah, I'm honestly really glad that I decided to do a few layers off stream because my goodness, this is taking forever, and I'm glad that we're getting close to being done because I cannot wait to build just have this build in my world and just be, you know, actually using it too, you know, because obviously I want to put a storage system in here. I'll actually be flying up here all the time. I feel like literally that's all I build is a big area, a big cool ship, and then storage system inside. I mean, obviously that's not true. I literally just built that nice starter house thing that I built last video, but it was just before that. It was literally an end ship with a storage system in it, and this is now a galaxy ship with a storage system in it. It's basically the same thing, but obviously this one is different, has different stuff, and I'm hoping that what I can do is determine all the blocks that are in the other storage system and just not add those to this one, and then hopefully have enough room to add every other block and most resources as well, or most other materials, you know, because my other farm does not have any filters for anything other than blocks, and it doesn't even have every block too. That's the other thing. So it really isn't as good of a storage as I would like to. Isn't as good of a storage as I would have liked it to be. Which hopefully this one will be as good as I want it to be. Which is essentially, I just want it to be big enough to be able to house every single block that I don't have in the storage system, as well as majority of other resources that, you know, we want to have mass storage for. Alright, make sure I did this whole layer. Yep, pretty sure stem is usually just referring to not actually a misstem, but misdirections. Which I don't know why it doesn't go in the same direction. Like, it did it with the frog lights, it made them all the same direction, but for some reason these, sometimes when placing, it just doesn't want to place it in the right way. Alright, let's go up. Another layer here. And what do we got? Almost a little bit more glass. Honestly, let me just grab all the glass because we're about to be done with the other blocks, and it'll eventually become just glass on every layer. I just realized it's playing an hour-long song. Not even a song, just like ambient noise. I guess that's what songs are. Think about it. Is that Tetris inside of? It's Calm Tetris. Wow. This is a Minecraft song? Wow. Do they own Tetris? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe Microsoft owns Tetris. I think they do. I just want to add this song. It's so short, but I feel like that'd be a cool vibe to have at some point. Alright, next layer. Yep, there we are. Just on glass now. Let's go ahead and put the bricks away. I mean the quartz away. And that. And we'll grab all the glass we can. And now to do layers and layers of glass. And this will go so much faster because it's only one width at a time. God, my paranoia. My paranoia. Paranoid. Oh, missed one. Boom, one layer done. Out of like 20. Oops. God, my feet are really itchy for some reason. This is going really fast, honestly. We on the tail end. So excited to be done with this build soon. It was honestly like, I think the total time, if you count all the creative designing and gathering of blocks and everything, total time for this build was probably like, let's see. It honestly only took me 2 days to design it, which is pretty insane. Because I used World Edit, I was able to just do it so much faster than normal. Usually takes me like a month to design a build. I mean, this one definitely isn't like the largest build I've done. 140,000 blocks is definitely a large build, but I've done way more. I've done, didn't I do a million? Did I do a 1,000,000 block build? I can't remember. I thought I did do a 1,000,000 block build at some point. I wonder how big the reality tree build was. I can't remember the size on that, to be honest. Or the block count, I mean. Yeah, this is gonna be the final final moments of this stream will just be me spamming glass. Which, I mean, I guess this whole stream has been that, but I mean specifically in this way. Yeah, honestly, it's so insane because I remember when I first started doing creative builds, I wanted to make a dome or a sphere. And because I didn't have World Edit at the time, I'm pretty sure I ended up downloading a world that had spheres in it that I could then copy from using Litematica, which I think is just like hilarious in hindsight. Because why didn't I just learn World Edit? It literally wasn't even that hard at all. Like, I feel like I put it off because I thought it was gonna be really hard and gonna be like complicated to learn. But it literally was just like learning a few commands and understanding what those commands do, and then like yeah, you just build your skills from there and understand like how to do stuff and what each brush does, because there's like a bunch of different brushes. It's just like literally that's all it is, and it literally took me a day to learn everything that I need to be able to build this build, and I'm only gonna learn more and be able to build more and more and crazy stuff. So it's definitely an awesome skill to have and an awesome tool to use. I don't know who made World Edit, but whoever did it, they are a real one. Same with Litematica and Replay mod. Those three mods are, in my opinion, the most crucial mods to have for anyone who is trying to, make Minecraft a more serious thing, like, make YouTube videos and stuff like that. Especially making YouTube videos with like Replay mod. I mean, obviously you can make YouTube videos without those mods. I just mean, for me, I really like using those, and I think it is very crucial to have those for me because I love being able to show the replays, and I love being able to build these things quickly so I can actually get these videos out quicker, and I love being able to use World Edit to be able to build these amazing things quicker as well. So yeah, shout out to the creators of those mods, because they are some freaking awesome mods. I mean, look how fast this is going now that it's not a solid thing. It's just going so fast. Oh, we ran out of glass. Now that it's basically done here, let's get a look at this thing from down here. Wow. Oh. Actually looks a little bit odd right there. I never noticed that. Why is that? Oh, because the sculk doesn't really shine at all. Yeah, it's super dim right there. That's fine. It's totally fine. If you look at the go to the center here. Just kind of some beacon lights in the way. Let me remove these real quick. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is a spiral, if I do say so myself. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Okay, I guess I can't. Let's get our remaining glass here. We have a lot of glass left, actually. We need some food. I don't know why I destroyed that. My totem's in there. That's fine. Food. Alright, let's keep on placing. I'm not really sure which end I was on. Probably that end, actually. Ah. Dang it. Yeah, the good news is I think I can still get up here. Yeah. It's so weird how it's like actually so much harder to see it in the daytime than at nighttime. Which I guess it's just because it's blue. It's a light blue color. I need to really change it to something different. Especially with placing glass all the time, I feel like blue is not the color to have as the highlight. I need like red or something. Which it's really not that hard to change that. I just need like go into the setting of it. But I'm just kind of lazy. Because honestly, I don't even need to see it. I'm literally just spamming it. Like, looking forward and just kind of making sure I follow the line. Yeah, and the thing is, if I do miss, I'll just fall like that. Can't run anymore, dang it. Please, please. Chucking along through these layers, getting close to the end. I think we got about... Oh, we got quite a few more layers, but obviously it's getting shorter and shorter, so go faster and faster. Probably got another 30 minutes left. It's definitely a lot easier to do these layers, that's for sure. Not just because there's less blocks, but because it's just like going in a straight line. Or not a straight line, but a consistent line. That line right there of random glass is actually, or not glass, ice, is actually from my bedrock days in this world. The reason that it never left is because it was Frostwalker ice that was created that should have despawned, but never did for some reason. And then when I transferred it over, it became like a different state of type, a different type of ice block, which I'm pretty sure I actually can't even collect it. It's like just literally like this broken stated ice block that doesn't even exist. It does exist, like I can stand on it, but when I break it, even if it's silk touch, I don't think I can collect it. Although maybe I can. I never really tried, to be honest. I just left it there because I was like, whatever. It's just some ice in the ocean. Be like it drifted from that ice there, drifted out. You know, it'd be so interesting if they added water levels to Minecraft, where like the oceans can rise and fall. That would be crazy. It would make my my build this build here, where it's like next to the ocean, and you know, make more sense even than it already does. All right, should be getting close to done. Kind of determined based on how much glass we have left in the shulker boxes. Gosh dang it, I keep missing the corner. Okay. Wow, we are at Y233. We are high up here. Actually, I mean, I probably don't really need to build any higher than this, but I wonder if I went too high, if I ever do want to go up. It might be too close to the world border for the height limit. I think the height limit is actually 300, so never mind, actually. I think it's, yeah, I think it's 300. Something like that. Imagine if they opened up Minecraft, like in the future, to like literally be infinite. You just keep building up, keep building down, and also no world borders at all. Even though like the world border is like super far away, and the only way really to get to it realistically is to use a player cannon. But like imagine just no world border at all, no height border, no bottom border too. It just keeps generating more and more. Like, I guess that's not how the game works, because the game generates chunks, and it's the whole chunk at once, all the way down, all the way up. So if it was infinite, it would never stop generating. But maybe it could just be programmed differently, where, you know, like, it, oh, shit. It actively, is just something that generates only when you're actively, like, near it, and, like, actively, like, going through it. Like, if the chunk is loaded on the surface, basically, when you're walking on it, but then as you go down layers, it loads the layers down. You know, that way the layers are always, or it can be infinite without it, like, you know, loading them all at once and literally being impossible to run. Is this just straight up? Yeah, this is just straight up Minecraft. That's actually what it's called. It's called Minecraft. The song is called Minecraft. It's like the theme song for Minecraft, so. Honestly, thank goodness Minecraft actually has really good songs. Like, I like listening to Minecraft music while playing Minecraft, but it's fortunate because, you know, the songs are actually good. Some of them are better than others, but they're all pretty good. It's insane how much glass is in this build, and it's also insane how it's so easy to get glass. I mean, to be fair, I do use sand duping, which not everybody likes to do, but then again, it is something that like straight up exists in the game because of the way that the game works, and so why not use it, right? And I guess that's how I think about it. But yeah, being able to sand dupe and then just use a super smelter, I got all this glass, like, and it definitely took some time, but I got it in like, I don't know, I want to say like maybe 3 hours or so. Honestly, not that long in the grand scheme of how long it took me to get all the blocks, which was like 30 hours. Which, I mean, if I had a farm for every single block, it wouldn't have been that long, because the only reason it took that long in the first place was because of this mushroom stem, and also I guess the skulk took a bit of time. But if I had everything running at the same time, also the streamlights too, that took forever, only because, like I said, I had to like add to the farm to make it more renewable. Which I probably could have just like, no, I definitely think I saved time in the long run. But maybe just not like for this video I didn't save any time, because I probably could have just manually done it and gotten the amount I needed. But now that I have it set up, you know, it just makes it so much easier, because I'm sure I'm going to use streamlights again, and you know, now I just literally, it's an infinitely AFKable farm now, which is awesome. Although it probably would, actually no, I think it's totally infinitely AFKable, because as long as I have my bone meal farm on and actively keep that bone meal line full, it should never run out, I don't think. You know, actually, what sucks about that bone meal farm, and this is something I ran into just now, not for the first time, but for the many hundreds of times. If you unload the chunks while it's on, it breaks, and you have to reset all the lava for the bone meal farm. And oh my goodness, it's a big farm, so it takes a lot of lava. Luckily, I do have a lava farm right next to it that I specifically have for that reason. Um, but yeah, it's pretty annoying. I have to like you have to break it, like creates stone and cobblestone, and then you got to break all that and then replace all the lava and then run the machine a little bit and make sure that it um isn't producing cobblestone again, because sometimes it will after that initial thing. So then you gotta like reset it all, and then finally once you reset it, then you can actually run it and it's all chill. And then if you accidentally, like I often do, run or unload the chunks while it's on, it breaks again, and then you gotta do it all over again. I think I've actually had to redo the lava on that farm, like I don't know, and I haven't had it for that long to be honest, but in the time that I have, I feel like probably like 20 times at least. It's so annoying. I just always accidentally fly away because, like, of course, okay, I'm done with farming. Let's get out of here. No, turn off the machine. What are you doing? I should honestly have like a master switch everywhere that I can click, that'll just connect to it. But I'm probably not gonna do that because I don't really know how I would do that. I would just have to have redstone lines everywhere, and that would just be annoying. I guess I could theoretically put it on the ice lines, the bone meal lines. Just put it on top, and then I could just have a master switch there. I don't know. I just need to remember to do it, because at the end of the day, even if I have a switch near every farm, I still have to actively click that switch. And if I forget to do that, then it's like, if I'm remembering to do that, I can just remember to fly over to the switch and click it. I mean, right? But anyway. We have to be getting close to the top here. I mean, we're starting to go inward, so that's a good sign. Yeah, it's definitely getting faster and faster. So we're definitely getting close. Definitely getting close. After stream today, I probably am going to take a bit of a break from Minecraft for the rest of the day. But next stream, which will probably be either tomorrow or the next day, we will be working on making a storage system for this thing. And hopefully we can figure it out and it'll actually work. I did also kind of want to maybe put a super smelter in this thing as well, just so I have both of those a little bit more readily available. Super smelter I have right now is definitely effective, but I feel like there's a lot more room for improvement, especially because it's only one array, so it only does 64 stack. It's pretty fast, honestly. It does a 64 stack of smelts a 64 stack of whatever in about, I would say, like, well, I mean, the way that it literally works is that it takes a 64 stack and splits it into 64 furnaces so that it does 64 items in the time it takes to do one, essentially. Because it actually, like, is timed so perfectly where it picks it up, or it places it, goes around the track, and then picks it up with the same cart, same minecart, at the exact moment that it finishes in the furnace, and then dispenses all those items into a hopper, obviously. Or actually not dispenses, but actually just straight up pops, and they all flow in. But yeah, it's pretty good, but I do think if I can, I would like to make a bunch of those, a bunch of arrays, so that I can do, when I am doing these big projects with all this glass, because I love using glass. It's pretty cool. I can actually, okay. Well, I gotta get food anyway, so let me go ahead and get my pick. Probably have enough extra, but But yeah, if I can make a couple of arrays of that in here as well, that would be super awesome. Because then when I am getting glass for these big projects, I can actually get, you know, I can just smelt it twice, if not 3 or 4 times faster, depending on how many arrays I make. Which, to be honest, the only reason that I haven't made more than just the one I did was because the way that the minecarts were set up to make it work, or not the minecarts, but the actual rails, I had to do this weird trick with like getting it to be facing the right direction, and it was kind of really annoying. And I did it once, and I was like, yeah, I'm not ever doing that again. But I probably will. I also may end up finding a different one than the one I am using right now. Because there might be a furnace, I mean a super smelter that's going to just be more effective, and maybe just like a massive one that I can just build, and so then it's just one array or whatever. I mean, it'd probably be like a thing where it's like multiple arrays within one build or one structure or something. I don't really know. Honestly, I find that I never really work on doing any of these like complicated redstone things, just because they are complicated and I don't really understand them that much. I mean, I understand redstone on a basic level, and I can, you know, create machines that work with some basic stuff, like the fungus farm I made automatic, you know. But that's just because that's simple. I mean, it's just pistons pushing blocks back and forth, a dispenser underneath it with bone meal in it, and then the only thing that I added to that simple design was just having a collection system, which I just used a timer to make a water bucket dispense in the right time, and then also having you know, a filter system to properly filter the items so that I can collect the mushrooms, but then also collect the roots so I can turn that back into bone meal, which then allows me to make the machine infinite. As long as you have a bit of a reserve at the start when you first run it. Oh, missed one over there. Alright. It's starting to get a bit thicker, which would hopefully mean that the layers are close. I mean, I can't really tell, but probably got like, I don't know, 5 more layers to do. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe like 10. Can't really tell. But we're definitely getting close. Definitely getting close. Oh. Out of glass. Oh, I didn't realize I had the food on me, so. You know, I always forget to eat before stream, and my goodness, I'm hungry. Honestly, I'm excited to be done with this so I can go eat and chill and, you know, be ready for the next steps and everything. I'll probably spend the rest of the day doing a lot of editing, to be honest. Probably not going to play any more Minecraft. Just because I've been playing this game consistently every single day for very long periods of the day, for I think 3 or 4 days straight now. So, you know, I gotta do some other stuff, and it's good. I like to edit as I'm making the video instead of just waiting to the end to do it all at once, because I mean, you know, I obviously want to maximize the efficiency of everything, and like I can edit as I go rather than waiting to do it all at the end and then getting burned out. Because that is something that I have had a bit of a problem with in the past. I'm trying to work on it, but just getting burned out with stuff. I kind of do get burned out with stuff really quickly. I mean, I think it's partly why I made a couple zombies videos for a bit, was because I actively was just kind of a little bit burned out of Minecraft for a bit. But I'm getting back into it, obviously, and I'm enjoying it. I obviously knew I was going to come back. I just wanted to make some zombies content, because got into playing zombies, Call of Duty Zombies, and like I had never played zombies before up until this Black Ops 6 game. And it's very different. Black Ops 6 is very different than the other zombies games. I do actually have Black Ops 2 now as well, and I was playing that a little bit, and yeah, super different. Honestly, Black Ops 2 is like so much harder than Black Ops 6. They definitely made the game. They made the game easier, but in my opinion, they made it more fun because it's just I like a little bit more of that fast-pacedness to it, and the constant thinking. As much as that can be like draining on your body or on your mind rather. I mean, I like it. I like being able to constantly think, and I love doing the Easter eggs. And like, I'm still really bad at the game if I'm being honest, because I haven't even beat the boss for. Let's see, what are the maps I'm missing? I did Liberty Falls, Terminus, and Shattered Vale. I've completed those bosses, those like Easter eggs. But wait, did I say Shattered Vale? I meant Citadel de Moor. Yeah, I haven't done Shattered Vale. That one's really hard. I haven't done Shattered Vale or the Tomb, actually. Those are the two bosses I haven't done. Which, to be honest, I feel like the Tomb boss is really easy. I just haven't really done it because, in my opinion, the Tomb Easter egg, like the steps for it, are some of the hardest steps. Like, especially the initial step, getting the Ice Staff. It's like such an insane wave of zombies to have to defend that thing, and like, it's really hard. It's really hard, in my opinion. Especially when you're doing it on single player, which I often do. Like when you're doing it on multiplayer, honestly, it's way easier because you can just have someone that like is gonna actively defend you while you're defending the thing. But yeah. Anyway, I was talking about zombies for a moment. Oh, the anticipation is growing. It's getting thicker, and I keep missing. Oops. Ah. Gonna break it. Hopefully that 2 doesn't matter. Please stop misplacing, you idiot. I think I know this song, but also never added it. That's how the song ended. It just stopped playing for a second, basically. Oh, getting so close. Yeah, we're still so far away. Oh, nobody's been in here since. Nobody's been here. Nobody's been here since 2 o'clock. It's almost 4, so 2 hours of no views at all. Sad, sad boy hours. It's fine. We'll grow. We'll grow eventually. In fact, we already have grown. I mean, I used to not stream before like a few weeks ago, so that's growth, right? And, you know, I did get a stream with 100 views one time. Wasn't live, but better than nothing. do, 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 do. It's definitely getting faster, getting smaller. Smaller and smaller. Boom, 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 boom. Getting close for sure, because we're almost out of glass. We got only 2 shulker boxes, not even 2 shulker boxes left. Well, I mean, I got an inventory full, but after that. You know what game I've recently got back into as well? Is actually Risk of Rain 2. That game is super fun. I had a run the other day. If you don't know what that game is, it's basically like a roguelike game where you're actively collecting items and improving your character or whatever, and just killing enemies and killing bosses and stuff like that. Pretty fun game. Anyway, I had a run the other day that was absolutely bonkers. I was so overpowered. I was one-shotting everything. I actually killed the final boss. I wasn't on Moonsun mode, which is the hardest mode, but I did kill the final boss after about an hour or so. Maybe actually almost 2 hours probably, because I was trying to get some of the artifacts that I hadn't gotten. There was 2 artifacts I hadn't gotten that were new. Anyway, got those artifacts and then beat the boss, and I literally killed the boss in like, I don't know, like, I mean, it has 3 phases. I almost one-shot the first phase, like literally one shot, but it was 2 shot. And then the second phase, I like 2 shot as well. And then the final phase, he ends up taking your items away at the beginning, and you get your items back the more damage you do to him. So like I was shooting him a couple times, and as soon as I got my items back, all my items back, because I had hit him enough times, I one-shot him. So yeah, I was OP as frick with that game. It was so insane. I always play with there's artifacts that can change the game, and basically I always play with these 2 artifacts that make the game like super easy, to be honest. Basically there's one artifact that it allows me to actually choose my items. So there's tier lists, or not tier lists, there's tiers to items, you know, common, rare, legendary, all that stuff, right? There's those within those tiers. This artifact allows you to choose those items within the tiers. And basically, the way you get items is you find chests. And another artifact that I use that replaces chests is that it allows so that instead of chests spawning in the world on the levels and stuff, enemies actually drop them randomly. And what that means is that when you get to these higher rounds, or not higher rounds, but when you basically there's a timer. As the more you play, the harder the game gets, and more mobs spawn, and the harder they are. Um, but yeah, once you get to those later rounds or whatever, later time period, and it's harder and everything, you get a lot of mobs, and so then you get a lot of items, and items just make you stronger and stronger. So you get to the point where you're literally just like overpowered, and you just destroy everything in one hit. I mean, the one I had literally was so insane. I didn't even have to shoot. I literally didn't have to shoot. I just walk around, and because I had items that would do damage to enemies that are near me, and then also on top of that, it was just like anytime I did damage at all, it would just send out a bunch of like flying knives and all this sort of like projectile things. I literally loaded into a world, and often when you teleport into that first to the world or whatever, and you're on like the later game, and there will be a bunch of mobs that have spawned like immediately as soon as you teleport in, and literally I spawned in, and then I was like lagging because all of these projectiles started shooting everywhere outside of my character, and literally just killed everything that was on the planet, or on the world. Like literally, I swear, in like a few seconds, and it was like it lagged out because it did it so fast, because it just was doing so much damage, so much projectiles so fast. Like it was so insane. I don't know how I had such an insane run, because to be honest, I've played that game a while, and I've never had a run that overpowered. Like I've had runs where I'm strong, but not like overpowered like that, where I just literally obliterate everything by just walking around. Like it was so insane of a run. It's such a fun game though. I also really want to get back into playing Binding of Isaac. Binding of Isaac is a similar game like that, but I just haven't really found the motivation for it, because those games just suck so much time. And like obviously, I've been playing Minecraft the past 3 days and putting all my time into that, but it's just a little bit more satisfying to like build something amazing that takes a lot of time, rather than just completing a challenge of a game that's hard. Which I do definitely enjoy that. I love challenges, and I love completing hard challenges that most people can't do or whatever. Like specifically with Binding of Isaac, that game is so massive, and they kept adding more and more content, more and more DLC, and I kept buying it, and essentially I like would get 100% on the game, and then they would add more stuff, and then it would be like hours and upon hours more content. And now I'm at the point where they've said that they're to stop updating the game, but I'm at the point where I literally don't have 100% anymore, because they added so much in their last update, like more than they've ever added in any update. And there's just like literally they doubled the characters, because they added tainted versions of the characters. So they doubled the amount of characters, and then also added a specific character called Jacob and Esau. And that character is so freaking hard to use, because it's two characters at once, and you have to control them at the same time. And it's just so hard to play as that character. I literally haven't done a single boss with that character. And there's quite a few other characters that I haven't completed, at least specific bosses. There's a lot of bosses in that game, so there's a lot of like things to unlock and stuff. That game is massive. There's like, I swear, like 2,000 items, and like it's 24 characters, or is it? Yeah, I think it's 24 characters, and then also 2 different modes, and then yeah, like I said, like I think like well, so there's like specific paths or challenges that you have to do to like unlock permanent things within each character, and I believe there is like 12-ish paths that you can take, and you can do some paths in one run. Like you can do multiple paths in one run, like especially at the beginning. You can do like I think you can actually do like 6 in one run at the beginning, and then another few runs to do the other paths. But yeah, there's plenty of characters that I have not at all done all the paths for, and I'm close, because I do have most of them done, because I've been playing it since it came out, and like been slowly I mean, like I said, at one point I did have 100%. It was just they added more content, so then it wasn't 100% anymore. I think there's actually an achievement called like a million % or something, because like it's just, I mean, they understand that they kept adding content and making the percentage essentially not be 100% anymore. But Anyway, that is my little tangent about Binding of Isaac and also Risk of Rain 2, because that game is fun as well. But yeah, we are so close to being done with this. We're so close. Look at that. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting super duper close. We're down to the last like 5 layers, or maybe even less than that. I'm sure that 30 glass that I left in the shulker box is not needed, so this will be the last trip. And it's playing, what's it called? Oh, Area Math. Area Math? No, not Area. Area. How do you say that word? A-R-I-A. Area. It's not area. I mean, it sounds like area, but that's not the word. Area Math. I don't know. It's a classic Minecraft song by none other than C418, OG. Oh yeah, we only got like 2 layers left, I think. Really started to get really wide at the top here. Sometimes I start to think that the fake stuff is actually the real stuff, and that the real stuff is the fake stuff. Especially at daytime, it's just really hard to see this color. I think it really is just because it's highlighted blue instead of like I need to make it like red, like something that's darker, because it's just I can't like tell from when the glass also being like white and bluish. All right, is this the last layer? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, we did it. Just about, anyway. Yes, finally. Final layer. Cap this thing off. I did want to remove that snow, because I don't think I want that anymore. And then I'll probably just leave it open, because that's a decent size hole to come through. Boom! Oh, missed. Boom! There we are! Completed. Just make sure, yep. Completed build. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We had so much extra glass. That's funny. I guess I could use that to maybe fill in the center if I want to. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and remove this powdered snow real quick before we end stream. But we did it finally. Just the glass that was... Yeah, there's... We did it. Oh, we did it. All right, let's grab our stuff here. Let's go ahead and put our totem back on. Where did I put that? Oh, it was here. Oops, I was supposed to go there. And where is my stuff? Over here. Alright. Alright, I wanted to... wait, I don't need that. Actually, no, I do need that many buckets, because that's how many I placed, so... Oh, right, I gotta go underneath from now. Shloop. See, it's like I can go through it, but I just always accidentally fall on it. Oh, turn that off. Yeah, I'm just gonna recollect all this stuff, because I think it is not necessary. Oops. Let's go ahead and put this stuff back. Sugar boxes. Wonder if that will actually be able to be picked up, or if it fell. Probably already fell, right? Yeah. Dang it, I hate that being in water, you can't just fly out of it. You kinda can, but you gotta jump up. Yeah, look at that. Two rockets, even... Oh, God. I should be picking this stuff up way faster. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, honestly, let me just... I don't know what I was doing before. I should just spam it all, and then I can pick it up. Damn, I actually am not gonna be able to do this without just like dropping into it. Oh wait, this totally works. Oh no. Let me put this away. Oh, I should probably, well, I guess I won't because I am removing this. Oh, I did it again. Not supposed to do that. Spam it. Okay. Let me make sure I grab these down here. I grabbed exactly enough? No way. Oh, no, one. Oh, wait, we can do that. Come on, get me out of here. Oh my goodness, how many times am I gonna try to go above? Okay, almost done. Oops. Come on, this is getting annoying. Ah, I missed. Of course, when I want to land in them, I don't. Oh my goodness. Okay, go to the top. Just drop down right here. Oh, what is happening? Be able to pick up more. Okay, so just didn't pick up anything? No. Alright, 2 more to grab. Let's see if we can do this. Bop, bop. Damn it. Bop. Got it. Alright. Got rid of that. It was not necessary. Put this away. Make sure we grab the stuff down there. Alright. And look at that. We got ourselves a completed build. Okay, so do I want to add something into the center there? Let's see. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. If you line it up to that center of that thing actually fits in there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's our build. That is our freaking build. Little spaceship. Kind of obviously resembles, you know, a UFO or something like the Rick and Morty ship or something. But it's pretty cool because it's got a freaking galaxy spiral. Look at that. Look at that galaxy spiral. And honestly, yeah, with the blue being there, it's like not that much different than when it was white. Still has like that center point right there. That's what I imagine. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. We're actually gonna go ahead and end stream. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. We finished up that build. It's pretty awesome. We're gonna go ahead and be doing a stream probably tomorrow or the next day, where we're gonna design a actual storage system to fit into that build, and then yeah, we'll continue from there. I think, like I said, I might want to add a what is it called? super smelter in there as well. But yeah, check out the streams, the past streams that we've been doing for this video. Um, they're somewhat entertaining, some of them more so than others. And then yeah, I'll see y'all next time. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you in the next one.